Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Lori from Craggy Brook Witchery, and I want to do a walkthrough of the Santa Morte Tarot. It was on my shelf and it was screaming at me when I went by the other day. And this is the Book of the Dead, and it is put out by Scarabeo. Nice hard box. I love all the red and the gold. It's just really beautiful. And even the sides, and that is the back. So it is 78 cards with a book, and you can see down there in the gold, Fabio Listrani. I guess when I'm looking in here, that illustrator is exactly that. That's the artwork and the concept for the deck by Fabio. Now you get about, is that 55? 55 pages there of information. But what I did like too is when you get into some of the meanings, there's also a little paragraph, advice from the dead, which was really great. So it comes in a multitude of languages. But what I found a few years back is this book. Now, it is by Thomas Prower, and it's Unearthing the Magic and Mysticism of Death. I found that, yes, I liked the deck, but I wanted to know more about everything to go with worshiping, honoring, and working with La Santa Morta. So this book I've just started to read through and crack it. I like that when you get to the spell work, there's spells for money, love, lust, healing, protection, hexes, legal magic, your own, and it does divide it into certain sections. So when we get further past the introduction and things, he talks about, in this chapter, the colors of death, and he does go into the colors. And it gives you, I guess, ideas that you can work with, whether it's brown, rainbow, and I see a lot of statues with that rainbow coloring on them. And it is for the marginalized, but it does carry over some of the prayers and things from the Catholic upbringing and the worshiping. I don't know everything about that, so I'm not even going to embark on that. But I have begun to watch a few videos. He goes into another chapter here with the tools of death, and he's getting into blessing your tools and using even essential oils and crystals in here, because you can see the camphor there. That is a beautiful smell. I love that. Frankincense, dragon's blood, and that could be in your incense. And you can even make your own dragon blood too. I found some great recipes for that on the internet and then ran with it. So then also there's another chapter here, the veneration of death. And I like that quote there. You only live twice, once when you are born and once when you look death in the face. Now, it is interesting to me because they do celebrate the Day of the Dead on November 1st and 2nd. And November 2nd is my birthday. So I have a great affection for the Santa Morte. I don't know enough about it, but I am going to be delving into it. And Halloween is another special day for me. And the spell work, it does give some details, and there's prayers in here that we can do, and even some color photos of altars and things. Now, I understand a few years ago that some of the leaders in the towns where there are an awful lot of these altars, that apparently they were bulldozed down. And the idea with Santa Morte is that She is available to everyone. And so you do get some people, as the one video suggested, using it for their own benefits in probably not the right way, let's just say, without going into that. Now, let's enjoy the cards. So there is the back. It is a fairly sturdy stock. I like it. It does have a little border where it does have the title at the bottom. It's not too intrusive. Some people probably would like this borderless. I think I wouldn't mind even if it was borderless. But let's take a look. I think that's probably close enough for you to get an idea. That is the Fool. And gorgeous is it not? I like that he's got a bag over there and all of his tools and the butterfly for transformation. But just that, even in the background, from the cemeteries and all the ornamentation on the gravestones, beautiful. And even down to the little tiny skulls at the bottom. If I zoom in there, you get to see those. So let's take a walk through. There is the Magician, and I imagine once I finish this book, I'll understand a little bit more about the symbology that shows up. But I love the hat with the candles on top. And it also takes me back to the movie Coco. That is one of my favorite movies. And I love it when they're in the graveyard and he's passing to the other world and all the ancestors are coming. It's just a wonderful movie. So there is the High Priestess. And I did see a journal on Amazon that has this image on the front. So if I delve in and want a special book, I think that would be really nice to have. There's the Empress. I was attracted to the mystery of it all, plus the colors. The Emperor. This reminds me of Cousin It, the Hierophant. The coloring in the background. And the Ouija board, I guess, in front. And the skulls that support the table underneath. There's the Lovers. And the Chariot. Yeah, when you watch the videos and you see the parades up and down the streets, fantastic. Strength. Kind of an eerie looking hermit. Especially with the, it looks like a centipede here in the center. There's our Wheel of Fortune. Justice. I love the wall here. It's like that wall. I'm trying to think what movie it is. It's like Purgatory, and that great big wall comes to life. The Hanged Man. And there is Santa Muerte for the death. Temperance. It's almost like she's hovering above this pool of water. The Devil. Pretty spectacular. the Tower. This sort of throws you a little bit visually because when you turn it, you can see another couple there on the stairs. It's sort of a topsy-turvy card. Good for the Tower. The Star. The Moon. And I love that she can see her reflection as a skeleton in the water. It's like peering into the ancestral pool. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. Okay, these are the cups. So our Ace of Cups, I might just look and see, pause for a second and see what it says about the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the chalice represents the source of emotional life, of receptiveness and abundance, of the home as both a property and as a family. This is the arcana of fertility, metamorphosis, and fulfilled affections. It can, however, bring with it inconsistency, coldness, and a sense of dissatisfaction or a loss of faith. And that, to me, would be if the card was reversed. Now, the advice of the dead says, having thought properly about your choices, you will be ready to take on a new phase of creativity and change that will bring something new to light. Isn't that gorgeous? The Two of Cups, especially the spilling of the liquid from one skull to the other. Cups. 3. Celebration. And there is our 4. Our 5 of Cups. The 6. It's all the details. You really have to spend some time searching through them. I'd love this cabinet. There's our 7. And there is our 8. The 9. Beautiful 10, especially with the bottom here being the rib cage. The Page of Cups. Our Knight. It's almost like the Ace of Coins that he's riding through there. Our Queen. And our King. Okay, so now we're into coins or pentacles. There's a grasshopper on his head there. And all the coins. Okay, our 2. Three. It's almost like you're watering these plants that are connected to the ancestors. 4. 5. Wouldn't you love a clock like that? It's like is it called an abacus where they're counting? He's counting skulls there. Nine of Pentacles. So instead of the rib cage for this 10, it's fingers or feet, one or the other. Page. Knight. Queen. And King. Look at the reds. And there's our centipede again. So that is the One of Wands. The 2. Looks like a banded. Our 3 of Wands. Beautiful 4. Our 5. More glorious reds coming through. Very peaceful 7 of Wands. There's a lot of energy in that one. Each one of these wands has a skull on the top. Beautiful. So there we have the pelvic bones for the bottom of the moth. Adorable. The knight. Our queen. And the king. That is a beautiful Ace of Swords. The lighting. 2. 3. Even though they're skeletons, it looks like it hurts to have those swords in there. 4. 5. Beautiful 6. 7. 8. Almost like I want to turn this one. 9. Looks like he's got his Book of Shadows there. Our 10. That would be the death moth for sure. Knight, where he's swallowing a sword. Our queen. And our king. So if there's anyone out there who has knowledge to share, or if you can recommend a book, because even though I'm enjoying this book, it didn't get great reviews by one person. And it was quite a lengthy letter on Amazon about that there was many, many more books with better, she said, information. But I am enjoying this one by Thomas Prower. But I'm open if anyone wants to suggest other books or sources of information for learning about this La Santa Muerte. Thanks so much, everyone. Halloween is coming. I know this is not a Halloween deck, but it certainly starts everything off for me.